it's time for another update, I guess. Nothing too major, honestly. I'm just really enjoying the job. Yesterday, I didn't really learn anything new yesterday. Oh wait, no. I did. I made hot chicken pesto sandwiches, and they were all gone. People bought them all by the end of the night. I was like, yes, eat my food. But I love it so far. I'm like hesitant to be like, yay, this is the best job ever, because I know whenever I say something like that, it's gonna get messed up at some point somewhere in the future. But I have a really good feeling about this place because, again, there are people there that have worked there for 10 plus years, and they're still in the deli doing stuff, and they're awesome. They're super nice. They're super helpful. I'm picking things up pretty quickly, and yesterday when I got to work, I immediately had to start making sandwiches because there's a backup. So like wash hands, gloves on, boom, right on the sandwich table. Nobody had to ask me to do anything. I just did it because I saw that it needed to be done. And that's that's the kind of employee I like being. So I'm super happy that after 2 weeks I'm already starting to get comfortable enough to be able to do that, to be able to do things without direction. But I still have to take direction a lot of the time. Like if there's not something obvious that needs doing, like a customer order or something, I sometimes stand around clueless, like looking around, and I have to be like, "Hey, what can I do to help? How can I help?" That's always weird. But I've been getting compliments from other people. They're like, "You're doing great. You're picking things up super quickly. You're really good with the customers. You're really nice." I'm fitting well. But one of my favorite things about this place that I didn't anticipate being a thing that I would really like is age wise, I fit in there really well. Most of my coworkers are in their 30s, which is great. Aside from a few people who are older who have been there for 10 plus years, but like all the other people around my level are my age. And so I'm like, oh, maybe this is like the type of thing that I'm supposed to be doing, because at McDonald's, I was one of the oldest people there, working with a whole bunch of teenagers, and I was the mom of the store. And then, at the gas station, I was again the mom of the store working. You have to be 21 to work there, but most of them are barely 21, like 21, 22. I think the oldest was like 23. Other than Jeremy, who is a more recent hire, and he's like probably 60. He's the only one who's not like barely 20, 21. So being here at the deli, working with people who are my age, we get to talk about stuff from my childhood. Like my coworker, I'm gonna start calling him Dennis. He's one of my favorite people there. He's super cool, and we have a lot in common. He'll just bring up something like, "Hey, do you guys remember that one show from like childhood called whatever?" And I'll be like, "Yes." We were talking about Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god, I loved that show. I totally forgot about it." He's like, "Yo, you should show your kid," and I was like, "I tried." The kid thought it was a little bit weird, but I'm like, you know what? My kid likes Smiling Friends, so I think Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack is like a step down in the weirdness from Smiling Friends. So like, come on now. I'll try them on again soon. But yeah, it is one of my favorite shows. But and then like we'll talk about music, like tons of stuff, and I'm like, oh, people get me. We were talking about all the anime that was popular when we were in high school. And he was like, well, he grew up in a rural town, so he didn't get to go to conventions and stuff like I did, because I grew up in Southern California. And there was that anime expo super close. I could literally take the bus there. So I went to Anime Expo 2005, 2006, 2007, like 3 years. But he didn't get to do that because he was in a rural area. But we were still talking about anime because it used to be on, Cartoon Network and all of that. So he said he'd only watched what was on Cartoon Network, whereas I had the super nerd friends who would like get bootleg tapes and we would share the bootlegs like with the terrible translation. Oh, one of my favorite stories is when Yu Yu Hakusho was on Adult Swim. It not the whole thing was dubbed yet, and there was still like a whole bunch of the story that was only in Japanese that had not been released to the English speaking world yet. And so my friend got bootleg VHS tapes from I don't even know where, but they were the worst translated subtitles I've ever seen, and to the point where sometimes I didn't even know what they were trying to say because it was one of those things where they. And this is before Google Translate either, so I can't even blame that. I'm like, whoever it is used like one of these little dictionaries, Japanese to English, like literally word for word put down what the people were saying in the subtitles, and it very often did not make any sense. But it was still so fun. I felt like I was doing something really unique and special because nobody else had these tapes. And then many years later, I finally watched it all in English, and I was like, "Oh, that's what they were saying." But anyway, not too much to update really. It just I'm enjoying the job. I get Friday, Saturday off, which is awesome. So I have today off. I have tomorrow off. I don't even know what to do with myself. I guess maybe I might walk down to a restaurant or something and like hang out, try to hit up a friend. I don't know. My one friend that I was hanging out with a couple weekends ago, I don't know what happened with him. I think he's just busy. Maybe best friendship status is not likely to happen with anybody I think at my age, but it's okay. It is what it is. This is the way life works, I guess. But it's all right. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Things are looking up, even though I am still a little bit worried about paying the bills once rent comes around next month because I did take a pay cut, but oh my god, it was so worth it. Like I would so rather be doing this and not fucking like killing myself every day than making $21 an hour. And oh my god, last night Jeremy texted me at like 11:30 and he goes, "I need help." And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking maybe there's someone sketchy hanging around and he felt like unsafe or whatever. If that was the case, I would have gladly gone over there and just like hung out for a little bit. I've done that before for my other coworkers at that gas station. But no, he goes, "I can't get the lotto paper machine to load. I can't figure out how to put the paper in the machine." And I'm like, "Bro, I don't fucking work there anymore. I'm not your manager anymore. Don't ask me for this shit." I didn't say all that, but I was very annoyed. All I said was, "I don't know. I think there's a manual in the blue notebook behind the register. If you can't figure that out, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to ask the owner, not me. I don't work there anymore. Please, please set me free. Set me free. I just want to be free from this fucking gas station, but I can't because I live so close to it. Sometimes it's the only thing open at night, and I have to go there to get a drink or cigarettes or whatever. And I always see people that I know. Whenever I see customers, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" They always want to do like a reunion, and I'm like, "No, please, I'm just a customer. Please just let me get my beer and get out of here." It is kind of cool being recognized. Like even sometimes people come into the grocery store that I know from the gas station and like, "What are you doing here now?" I'm like, "It's better here. It's so much better here." Anyway, this video is getting really long and I've been kind of rambling the whole time, but I just wanted to put something out there. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.